Okay. So in the first problem statement, okay, in the first problem statement one, what you need to do is, okay, you need to create a simple contact book. आपको एक contact book बनाना है. So जिसमें there will be two key value pairs, and the first will be the name as a key and the phone number as the value. Okay, phone number as the value. So just decide yourself which kind of hash map you will create. It's something like what will be the data type for the key and what will be the data type for the for the phone number. And now you will have three tasks which you need to do. Okay. You in this one you need to add a new add you can say that add few contacts. Okay. And the second thing is you need to find the phone number of a specific contact. Find the phone number of a specific contact. So basically, here in the second one, the first one is you can add few contacts with the name and phone number. The second one is if I ask you, you need to find the contact of Manish. You just need to print it. Okay. The third one is removing a contact from a book. Contact from a book. So basically, if you need to remove, so these are the three tasks which you need to do. Here I'll show you the task one. So you can see that like here I'm copying this thing into the exercise. So what you need to do, you need to build a contact book. So that is your task. I'm sharing the link with you all and कोई बात नहीं आज हम क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करेंगे ना it will get clear in the today session. There will be no separate explanation required for that part. When we'll solve question वहां पे आपको clarity you will get it. So I've shared the Notion link with you all. Just open that and quickly solve it. Complete all three tasks. Okay. I told you already, hash map do not guarantees the order in which the order in which you are inserting the element. Okay, if you are expecting that you will get an output like when you are printing it using a loop and you will get an output in the same thing, it is not a guarantee which it gives. So like don't rely on that. ठीक है. So guys, let's see the solution for this one. Okay. And many of you have tried it. Okay, so it was a well attempt. Yeah, nice. I can see your answer on the chat. So it looks good. ठीक है. Now I'm sharing my screen. So here this is import Java. Now here what I need to do is I need to import java.util.hashmap. So you can see this thing like here I've actually imported the hash map library. Now what I need to do is I need to create a hash map and hash map. So basically here I'm creating the hash map and hash map has two things, that is first one is string, the another one is also string. Okay. Now in this one I'm creating the hash map of context equals to new basically hash map and this is my thing. So this is my hash map, how it actually look like. Now, after doing this, what I need to do is I need to put inside, I need to insert the contacts dot put. And after that, what I will do is I will write Elise and here I'll write some contacts. Okay. So yeah, where I can say that Raj, any random contact I have put it. Now, similarly, I can insert. So I have inserted like few contacts here. So you can see that like that was the first thing which I need to do in my add new contacts. Find the phone number of a specific contact. So if I want to find a specific contact, so I will write that system.out.println Sukhveer contacts dot get and here I'll write Sukhveer. Okay. Now using this, what I will happen, like I will be able to find the contact of Sukhveer. So using get. Now the last thing is which I need to do is I need to remove a contact from the book. If I want to remove the contact, suppose I want to delete the contact of Raj. Okay, then what I will do, I will just do this thing. And using this, what will happen? I will able to delete the contact. So here I'll just print the contacts. फिर इसके बाद I'll write Java main dot Java. If I run it, let's see what will be the output. So you can see that here I've inserted 3 contact. Here I'm printing the contact information of Sukhveer, and here I'm removing the Raj. Finally, Raj is deleted from this one. Now, my guys, everyone understood this? One student is asking, sir, number को हम integer में ले सकते हैं? Like, can we take this integer? I would say this is wrong. Okay, I told you in the beginning, when you are actually, these are actually data types. Okay, and in these data type, you are storing values. Integer use only in those cases where you want to perform some kind of operation. Phone number, when I'm talking about a phone number, okay, that number you won't be going to use, like you will not going to use perform any kind of multiplication, division on those things. Okay, since you know that like the value which you want, that is a static one. Similarly, your Aadhaar card, similarly your PAN card number, these numbers generally, these are actually the numbers, set of numbers only, but don't use in string integer for that. Okay, because you already know that we are not performing some mathematical operation, we are just using it to print the information. So इसलिए don't use int. Okay, now coming to the next question, if I come to the next question, let's see. So the next question is, what you need to do is you need to basically print the library book catalog. Okay, now you can see that like what are the tasks. A library want to keep track of books and their respective genre. Use a hash map to categorize books based on their genres. So basically what you need to do, you need to add book to different genre in the catalog. So basically what will happen, you can assume that like you will be having a book kind of a genre. So genre का मतलब क्या है कि for example if I am saying that like कि fiction is a genre, fantasy is a genre, so these will come as a keys. But in the values, in a fiction there might be multiple books. Okay, there might be, in, if I'm talking about adventure, under adventure there might be multiple books like Harry Potter 1, Harry Potter 2, like you can put a lot of. So similarly genre will be action, and corresponding to action there will be multiple books you need to store. That means in the values we are storing multiple values. Think around it, how can we do it? How can we do this? Okay, previously what you have learned in that one, in those cases, there were only one key and one value. But now, right now, in this question, what you need to do, there is one key, but with that key, there are multiple values. Think around it, how we can solve it. What will be my key? What will be my value? Okay, whatever you have learned in the past. So yeah, just try to solve this. I'm just giving you 2 minutes, uh, then we'll we'll write the solution for it. And basically the final output which you need to do is add book to different genre. The second thing is retrieve book belongings to a specific genre. And the third task is count how many books are there in each genre. In each genre, you just need to print the count of those books, how many books are available. So that is the actual task. Uh, and guys, this is like a open thing. You can use GPT, you can use Chat GPT, you can use internet, whatever you want. जो भी आसमान में जाना है आसमान में जाओ, पहाड़ों में जाना है पहाड़ों में जाओ, पूरी छूट है, ठीक है, आंसर ढूंढ के लेके आओ बस. So that's why I'm saying like that's why I'm giving 2 3. But remember one thing, whatever answer you are getting, it's not like answer only. You it's मतलब आपको अंडरस्टैंडिंग होनी चाहिए. You have the understanding what the solution you are giving. Guys, one question is coming. Do we need to always write import java.util hash map? We need to write in OJ also? No, you don't need to. Because in the background, in the boilerplate code, we are actually handling it. You just directly need to write your code because we are providing you the function, and in that function, you need to write the code. Okay. Mohit, the solution which you have given, okay, I'll talk about that one also. Meanwhile, what you can do is you can try to print that thing which you created. From there, you will get some understanding. Okay, guys, let's see how we can solve this question. Okay. Uh, Anyone like able to solve it? You can post on the chat. ठीक है। देखो इस क्वेश्चन में व्हाट इट इज आस्किंग फॉर, that we need to create this kind of a hash map. Generally, you know that like in the previous one, we have seen like a single key and single value hash map. Okay. And no, Arijit, this is not right. ठीक है. So basically, what we were doing is we were creating this kind of a hash map where we have a single key and a single value. But now in this one, what we need to do is if we have a fantasy is the genre, then in that case we need multiple outputs like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. Okay. इसका मतलब if I want to store multiple information na, then I need to see the okay, because the information which I'll be going to store it of the same type. That means you can say that this will be an array. So in the keys part, we are actually storing the string, and in the arrays part, basically here we are doing the arrays of string. Okay, arrays of string. So this is the kind of a key value. You can put also, matlab, I told you, na, it's not like only, I'm talking about array list. So it's not just with the data type, you can also put array list, and you can also put, instead of this array list, you can also put another hash map. But right now, according to my requirement, I know that like with respect to fantasy, I want multiple information, you can say then multiple things. So then how can I solve this question? So uske liye what I'll do, I'll copy this code. I'll write problem1.java, paste here, remove this, and here I'll write problem1. Now, what I'll do in this question is I will create a hash map. Hash map. Okay. Now in the hash map, what is the key? That will be a string. What will be the value? So that data type will be array list of type string. So this is how we used to write the data type of it. So now you can see that like here I have mentioned this thing, because you know that now whenever you used to create an array list, so you use this kind of a thing. Suppose you are creating an array list string and ARR, then you used to write equal to new array, something like this. But this is the data type, na? This is the data type. Because when you write string S, जब आप string S लिखते हो, so what is the S data type of S? So it is string. Similarly, if I'm asking you what is the data type of ARR, so this part, the complete part. So that complete part I'm actually writing here. Okay. So now if I'm saying, so basically here what I'm doing is here I created the array list. Now I need to write equals to new hash map, and here I'll close the bracket. So this is this kind of question. Now you can see that okay, यहाँ पे मैं वो variable बनाना भूल गया. तो here I can write something like that. इसको मैं कुछ नाम दे देता हूँ. Books, something like this. Okay. So this is name is books. Now in the books, what I can do is if I want to put some information, so I'll insert the genre. So I'm book put, what is the key? Key is the string. String I can write fantasy. Okay. But in the value, what should I insert? What should I put? So basically you already know that like if I generally if I want to create a, अगर मैं एक array list बनाना चाहता हूँ, if I want to create an array list, then what is the syntax of creating the array list? It is something like this. String, okay, ARR equals to new array list. This is the way. This is the way how I used to create the basically array list. Now, guys, this thing I have already defined ki the data type of whatever the value will come, like that will be of a type array list. Now, in the right side, I will define a new array list. So I'm copying this code, this part, and I'm pasting it here. So by this, what I'm doing here is, by this, what I'm doing here is, I'm telling that, okay, just create a key with a fantasy, and on the right side, create a array list for me. Okay, right now the array list empty. I understand that. Right now the array list is empty. I understand that. But for now, put the key as fantasy and put the new array list. Now, similarly, I can also put another uh, genre, some action. Okay. Now here I can again write new array list, because by writing this it already know that the right side will be a array list, but here I'm just by using this new, I'm telling to the Java that create a new array list, empty array list here. Now print the if I print the books, like let's see how it actually look like. So here I have written books, so it should be books. So Java problem one dot Java. Guys, now we are playing with the hash map. Okay, so that is a thing. I need to import the array list also. So you can see that like this is the array, empty array and empty array. Getting it? But right now I want to insert something into this fantasy. Then how can I insert it? Okay, if I want to insert something into an array, then you already know that in an array, if you want to insert something, you use a function known as add, dot add. And in the bracket, you used to put the values, whatever you want to insert. Now let's see if I want to insert the value, then how can I basically insert it? Now, in that case, what I need to do is, one second. There is a function, ठीक है. So basically, if I want to add something to in this one, then what I'll do is I will write first books. Okay, पहले मैंने books लिखा. Books लिखने के बाद what I'll do is, after writing books, what I will do is I will write get. What I will get it, I will get. So if I'm writing get and if I'm writing fantasy, then tell me what will come out. If I am asking that get what, मतलब get the with respect to this key, get the value of it, then what will come out? क्या निकल के आएगा बाहर? Not a null. Null will not come out. You can see that ना, यहाँ पे null थोड़ी है. यहाँ पे क्या है? This is an empty array. Empty array will come outside. Like getting it? Empty array will come outside, na, because there is no null here. Just see this clearly. What I'm trying to fetch, I'm trying to fetch the value of fantasy. Fantasy value is empty array. Now, empty array has come out. Now, after that, I will again put a dot, and in this dot, now I can add values. Now, suppose if I want to add a Harry Potter. ठीक है, मैंने हैरी पॉटर ऐड कर दिया. Now, the next thing I will do it, I'll add Lord of the Rings. So what I'm doing here is, in the fantasy, first I'm getting the array, and in that array, when I'll get the array, then in that array, I'm actually adding the value. And now you can see that like this is how I'm adding the lot of it. Now, if I just try to print the books, let's see what will be the output of it. Then it is actually giving some error. What is the error? Is null. What is null here? Java.lang null pointer exception invoking java.util add object because the return value of Java get object is null. One second. cannot invoke java.util. ठीक है गाइस, कुछ लाइब्रेरी का पंगा हो रहा है. ओके, समवन सेइंग कि जस्ट यूज दिस थिंग. ओके. सो गाइज, इसमें एक चीज आपको बता रहा था पहले लाइब्रेरी के केस में. आई थिंक सम लाइब्रेरी इशू इज हैपनिंग. बट यहाँ पे आई जस्ट वांट टू एक्सप्लेन व्हेन आई वाज राइटिंग हैश मैप व्हाट इट मींस इज import in the Java folder. Okay, it is asking Java, go to the Java folder. Inside Java folder, go to the util folder, and then from there get the hash map class. Okay, this is मतलब इसका क्या मतलब होता है. But if I am writing this star na, then what it will do? Star means all, everything, whatever is present inside this util, get everything from that util folder. Okay, that means your array class, array list, hash map, everything will come. Now you can use like you don't need to write separately array list, hash map, and everything. So if in this case, let's try, if I execute this code, might be some problem is actually coming from the importing. Okay, exception thread is null because the return value of java.util. Why it is giving this? Guys, one M. For few students, it is working. I need to check what is happening. Anirudh, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Is it working for you? You're saying
Yes, sir. I got the output correctly.
the same thing?
Yes, sir. As it is like what was the desired output you said. We have got. I have got the same output.
Okay. Hmm. देखना यार कुछ अगर changes हैं तो unable to understand what is happening. Java problem one dot Java.
सर
Okay.
फैंटेसी का स्पेलिंग रॉन्ग है सर.
Fantasy का अरे यार
हाँ.
sorry. ठीक है. So guys, actually, हो क्या रहा था? Why it was giving this error? Because I created this I created this key. Okay, I created this as a E, something like this. Okay, but what was happening when I was trying to insert something into the fantasy? It unable to find this key. It's saying that I unable to add it because that key I unable to find that key because here I made the मैंने यहाँ पे कुछ spelling mistake कर दिया था. Okay, that's why it is saying that I unable to add anything into the null object or something like that. So इसलिए be aware of all these small kind of things because sometimes when you are writing code, you will feel that you will get irritated like everything is right, but why thing is not working. Okay, so that is a very important part. Now you can see that like what I have done is in the books in the get fantasy I have added two books. Now here in this one you can see that like action and like action is empty because I haven't added anything. Now in the fantasy there are two movies. Now let's come to the like if I want to add for action also. Guys, suggest me some movie, some action movie. Bhagwan. Bhagwan is an action movie. Sure. Yes, right. Right. Avenger. Okay. Right. Pushpa. Okay. So you can see that like I have added like these many movies here. Now if I do If I execute it, then what will happen? It will give me this thing. Now you can see that I'm getting action and fantasy and everything. Now, one more beautiful thing I want to tell you here is if I write system.out.println, okay, println, just see this thing very carefully. Tell me one thing. If I write books dot get action, what it will give me? ये मुझे क्या देगा? What it will give me? When I'm writing books dot get action, what it will give me? What it will give me? It will give me an action array, basically the array of this one. So if it is giving me an array, can I write dot size also? Can I write dot size also? Because this is an array, and in this array I am putting dot size. Okay, so if you able to implement dot add function, that means you can also write dot size. You can use any array function because it is actually returning an array, sorry. And if it is returning an array, with that array I can also like implement the size. Now according to the problem, it is saying that add books to different genres, retrieve all books belonging to a specific genre. That we have already done. Okay, if I want to get the books of this specific genre, so I can say that like action. Here I'm saying that like here I'm getting the book of a specific genre. And here what it will do, it will give me the size. So let's see if I execute this code. If I execute this code, let's see what will be my output. Now you can see that like it is giving me the Avenger Pushpa because it is actually accessing from this one and it is giving me the size. Now, according to the question, what it is saying that count how many books are there in each genre. Now I need to find how many books are there in each genre. So what I need to do is, मैं इसके लिए मुझे क्या करना पड़ेगा? I need to run a loop in my hash map. I need to run a loop in my hash map. And for each key, I need to print the size. Just that thing. For example, I will write this thing for string genre, and here I will write books dot key set. Okay, key set. So this is the kind of a loop I have written for genre books dot key set. Now I'll write system dot out dot println. I want to print the key also. Okay. Suppose I want to print the want to print the genre. So this is my genre. Now, after that, I'll put a colon. Now, here I will write books dot get or जो भी मेरा genre है, that will get printed. Okay, let's see. Whatever the genre will be, so that will get printed in this. So, in this one, what will happen? Here, one second, I made a mistake. Books dot key set. I put a colon here. मैं इसको यहाँ plus लगाना है. Sorry. So guys, here I put a plus. Now let's see what will be my output. Now you can see that two movies are actually getting printed, Action or Avenger, Pushpa and Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings from this genre. So this is actually, this output is coming from the loop. But I don't want this. I want the size. I want the how many books are there in the genre. So instead, so you already know that this is returning an array. If this is returning an array, I'll direct write size. Now if I run it, let's see what will be my output. So you can see that action 2 and fantasy 2. So first I'll just remove everything. And now if I run this thing, now I'll only get the count of the books. So this is how, what I'm doing is I'm actually printing the genre with the count. Okay. So this is how we have done it. Now let's come to the next question. The next question is this. And what this question is saying, Maintain an attendance register for a class where each student name is mapped to the attendance count. Okay, so there will be a attendance student name, and with respect to that corresponding, there will be ascending attendance count. What is the count of that student? Mark attendance for student, increment their attending attendance count. So for any particular student, what you need to do is you need to increment their attendance count. Okay, might be for any particular student you want that you want to suppose there is a Suresh, you want to increase the attendance count. Then how will you do it? The second thing is find the total number of classes attended by a specific student. Okay, any for any particular student you need to give the detail like how many classes he attended. Okay, because basically the count of the attendance. The third is list student who have attendance below a certain threshold. Suppose you have decided that I want to print all those students who have attendance less than 4. So that will be the thing. So just try to solve this question. Okay, here just like in the previous question, we in the value we were using array. Like, do we need here in this question also? Like any array or something as a value? No, right. We don't need it because we just need to store the count. Na? Okay. Yes, Praveen.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
The previous question I have just little bit doubt.
हाँ हाँ बताओ कहाँ पे डाउट?
So line number 9,
Line number 9. This
new
one?
array list. Yes,
Okay. So what is the doubt here?
that the new array list I not understand.
Okay. Just tell me one thing. Okay. एक बार मेरे को ये बताना.
Yes,
Whenever we used to create an array list, okay, जब भी हम, whenever we used to create an array list, we use this kind of a syntax.
yes,
And what the syntax is saying, the left part is saying, I am creating a array with a data type value ARR. Matlab, the data type is this one, and this is the object of this ARR. Okay.
yes, sir.
Now, when we are writing the right part, it is saying that, okay, now we are giving, look, we are, what JVM, what you can say that your computer is saying to this one is that, okay, now we are giving memory to you. Okay, now, like, you know that na, if I'm writing directly this, and if you directly try to print, if you directly insert array dot add, if you directly want to insert anything into this array, you unable to,
Yes, sir.
because it will say that okay right now you haven't given the memory, you haven't get the memory. It's something like suppose you want to shift to a new house. Okay, you have the papers, but that the main person like who was actually staying in that house, like he will be living after 3 days. ठीक है, but
Yes,
it is not possible ना कि right now you say that okay मैं अपनी family को लेके आना चाहता हूँ. Array, if you try to do this, then what will happen? It will give you an error.
yes, sir.
Okay, because right now you have the papers, but you don't have the right to access. Okay, so if you want to access any memory location, if you want to, because अब मेरे को ये बताओ, when we are writing this thing array dot add 3, this 3 will get stored where? कहाँ store होगा ये? Where it?
New array list. New array list.
हाँ, new array list मतलब in memory, in RAM.
Yes, sir.
But abhi to right now this array list, this ARR didn't get the permission, like didn't get any location in the memory.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if
Yes,
you want, if it want that ki, okay, I want the location in the memory, then you need to write the right part, new array list. Okay, then you will get a memory on the RAM, and now you can write array dot add. Now it is completely okay when you are writing it. Getting it?
yes, sir.
So similarly, when I am basically creating a hash map, na, like books.put, and here I'm putting key. So this, why I'm putting this? Because right now hash map already knows that I need to create a hash map which is having left value as string and right value will be of a array list data type. So that is
Okay, sir.
array list already know this thing. But right now, when I'm inserting few things, then here I'm saying that, okay, put fantasy, but with that, give the memory to that array list also, because already hash map knows that ki, okay, the right side value will always be a array list.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay, getting it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
ठीक है, so that is,
Thank you, sir.
yeah. Guys, quickly solve this. Okay, guys, let's see the solution for this. Anyone able to solve this? Istiak, can you hear me?
हाँ जी सर सुन पा रहा
Okay, so you're confused with the for loop?
हूँ यस सर लाइन नंबर 22 में फॉर लूप स्ट्रिंग जनर बुक डॉट की सेट कैसे लिए सर वो कंफ्यूजन था मेरे
ये
को हाँ
Okay, so in the yesterday session we saw this na कि suppose when you are running a loop, okay, so books dot key set. देखो, you know that like this why we are actually using this loop.
काउंट निकालने के लिए
एक second. I'll copy this loop here, and now just see one thing here. कि if I just remove this thing, okay. Now in what this loop is doing, it is actually taking a string genre. I can write X also. Okay, there is no issue in that. When I'm writing books.keyset, what it will do is it will give me all the keys. It will give me all the keys. I think you can say that in a kind of a set or array or anything. Okay, so it will give me all the keys. Now, if I want to print the keys, then what you need to do is because key set is a function which you can find in your documentation in HashMap. In HashMap, there is a function known as key set, and what key set return is the set of keys. Now, if I want to print the keys, then you just need to write X. Getting it? Yeah, can you hear me?
हाँ सर म्यूट हो गया था वॉच ऑटोमेटिक
Uh-huh. So, Abhi, you can see that like I will get the keys through this. Hello.
हाँ थोड़ा अभी भी कंफ्यूजन ही लग रहा है सर
हाँ मतलब कंफ्यूजन कहाँ है एग्जैक्टली बताओगे देन आई ट्राई टू आंसर दैट पार्ट
और ये जो बुक्स डॉट की सेट जो है ये एक फंक्शन है
हाँ देखो
लाइब्रेरी में
हैश मैप खोला मैंने डॉक्यूमेंटेशन इफ यू कम हियर जस्ट गो टू की सेट
ओके
return a set of view element contains in this map. So basically what it is doing, it used to return the keys. Okay. So we have also another thing that is known as values. हमारे पे values भी होता है. तो अगर मैं values दिखाऊं, if you are using values instead of it, अगर आप key set, if you are using key set, then what it will return? Let's see. If I am using the key set, then what will return? Let's see. It will return all the keys. Okay. But instead of this key set, I have also one more function which is known as values. You can see this one, and it return the values. So if I write it, values is of a type. Okay, values में ये नहीं आता function. Function नहीं function आता तो है. One second है. Books dot values. One second. Key set ही था क्या? Key values था. Guys, yesterday what I did, what I used values na, book dot values. Arey, yeah, sorry. Actually, the point here is, the problem here is, Istya, can you hear me?
यस सर सुन पा रहा हूँ
What is the value here? What is the type of the value here?
string
No, just see this. What is the type of the value? Hash map,
array list
array list. And here, what I'm trying to fetch,
string
I'll need to use the same data type. Okay, because in books dot values, what it is actually it is containing the two arrays. Can you see that? इसके अंदर arrays है. So basically I need to use the same data type, like, because if I'm fetching that value, if I run it, so let's see what will happen. Now you can see that I'm getting the whole Avenger Pushpa, but I would say that अभी इसको भूल जाओ, इसको भूल ही जाओ. ठीक है, हम वैल्यूज को यूज ही नहीं करते हैं. लेट्स यूज की सेट ओनली. ठीक, इस्तेयाक.
जी सर, जी सर, सुन पा रहा
हाँ, खो जाते हो. अभी यहाँ देखो ना. So basically the point here is you can see that, like, here I'm writing this thing, books dot key set.
हूँ। हाँ,
Okay, now after that what I will do is, now this is x. Now if I want to print the values, so tell me, if I have the key, अगर मेरे पास key है, if I already have the key x which is present, which is getting printed, if I already have the key, and if I want to print the value with the key, then how can I do it? If I have the key and if I want to print the value from that key, then how will I do it? Hello, Istyak.
कंफ्यूजन ही चल रहा है सर अभी।
देखो, let's come to this part. Here, I created the hash map in the previous question. I stored few contexts. So this is my key, this is my value, this is my key, this is my value. Got it?
गॉट इट।
ये वाला तो समझ में आया था ना? Like I have inserted
जी,
everything. Okay.
यस सर।
So now here in this one, what I was doing is I'm trying to print the contact of particular person which is known as Sukhveer. Okay. What function I'm using here is get,
गेट।
and what I'm inserting inside it, key. मतलब the key actually, Sukhveer is the key only. ठीक है.
यस
तो
सर।
अब अगर मैं सुखवीर की जगह गोवर्धन लिखूं तो क्या प्रिंट होएगा?
गोवर्धन का डेटा प्रिंट हो जाएगा। कॉन्टेक्ट।
If I put Raj, then what will happen?
राज का डेटा प्रिंट होगा।
अब
जो भी
अगर
होगा।
मान लो इस हैश मैप में मैं लूप चला दूं, जो पहले राज दे, फिर सुखवीर दे, फिर गोवर्धन दे, तो ये क्या प्रिंट करेगा? तीनों का डेटा प्रिंट कर देगा जब एक एक करके लूप चलाएगा. ठीक है. तो सिमिलरली इन दिस क्वेश्चन आल्सो, हियर आई एम रनिंग अ लूप ऑन द बुक्स. Okay, and books is containing these two things, one fantasy and one action as a, matlab these are the key, and these thing is actually, matlab, or is corresponding to fantasy. There are two movies, Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. Action ke corresponding there are two movies, Avenger and Pushpa. So now when I'm running a loop in this books dot key set and using this, if I directly print this x, then what I will get it, I will get the all the keys. I'll just show you. Here what I'm doing is I will just want to print the keys only. So this is the loop of printing the keys. So you can see that these are my keys, action and fantasy. Getting it?
यस।
Now, if I want the value from that key, तो मैं क्या करूंगा?
गेट। गेट का यूज करेंगे। गेट डॉट
Books dot get bracket के अंदर x.
एक्स।
So let's see what will get printed. So it is giving me the key and it is giving me the value. So can you see that for action, what is the value? Avenger Pushpa is coming. And for fantasy, Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings are coming. So basically, it is just a way of, this is how we used to write loops in hash maps. ठीक है?
ठीक है सर, थैंक यू।
ठीक है, thank you, Styak. So, guys, now let's come to the next one. Next part, problem dot Java. So the problem was, like, if I copy this code and if I print it here, and if I just remove everything, this is my problem too. Now what the question is saying? Question is saying maintain an attendance register for a class. Each student name is mapped to attendance count. Key will be name, string, and value will be integer. So here I will write hash map string integer. Okay, now attendance. Suppose I'm storing the attendance. Now new hash map, and in this one, what I will do is I will create this. Now you can see that hash map is getting created, like having attendance. Now I want to store some attendance here. So in this attendance, how will I do it? Attendance dot put Urutlal. How many attendance? The attendance count is 5. Dam Raja. ठीक है. So the count attendance is 8. Attendance Purtilal. Attendance is, guys, you might are thinking what kind of school is this. Don't worry. ठीक है. This is how our old India would look like. And अभी आपके नाम भले ही हो गए हैं बबली, पिंटू, okay, but uh, I think these are the names might be used in old times. Pinto Lal. ठीक है, so attendance is 2. Now you can see this, like these are the attendance of these 4 students. Now what I'm doing is here I've inserted like these thing. So first, what was the task? Mark attendance for student incrementing their attendance count. Now what I need to do is I need to basically increment the attendance count. Okay. So if I want to increment the attendance count of suppose Surat Lal. Okay. If I want to increment the student count of so I want to make it 5 to 6. Then how will I do it? So there are multiple ways to do it. So let's see the first way. In the first way, what I will do is I will take a int count equals to, and I will write attendance dot, and I will get the Surat Lal attendance. Now Surat Lal attendance I will get inside this variable. Why? Why I have written int? Because the value which I am getting it is actually kind of an integer type. Okay. Now, after it get the value, now what I will do is I will increase the count. I will write count equal to count plus 1. I will increase the count. Now, after that, in the attendance, I will store the Surat Lal new attendance. So put, and this is, I'm writing Surat Lal. So what it will do, it will update the Surat Lal value with the new count. Getting it? This is how I'm actually doing it. Getting it, everyone? Guys, 1 minute. I need a charger. So guys, you can see that how I'm actually incrementing the attendance, like using this. Okay, this is easy. Oh, sorry. Thank you. So basically, you can see that this is easy to increase the account. Now, if I print the system.out.println, and if I print the attendance, let's see what will be my output. So here I'll write print problem 2.java. Let's see what will be the output. Sorry. Guys, actually, this is the syntax of JavaScript, so I'm getting confused with this. ठीक है, okay, चलो ठीक है, print हो गया. Now, guys, you can see that, like, if I'm talking about Surat Lal attendance was 5. So, but I incremented here, so it becomes 6. Okay, but instead of this, there is also there is another better way. There is another better way to do this. Okay, there is another better way to do this. So the shortcut way to doing that, so what I'll do is, instead of writing in this way, what you will do is directly write attendance dot put and write Surat Lal, and in the value just write, just get the value attendance dot get Surat Lal. Here I am writing this thing, and with that put +1. Now your work is done. So basically here what I'm doing is I'm increasing the attendance of Surat Lal by just directly writing in this manner. Okay, so this is how you can do it. Now if you want to print the attendance of Surat Lal, get Surat Lal, then what I will do, I'll execute this. Now let's see what will happen. So here I've written it in a direct manner, like key and the attendance of Surat Lal plus uspe I have updated 1. Now here I'm actually printing the attendance of Surat Lal only. Sorry. System dot out dot println. So you will see that how the output is actually coming. Now the output coming is 6. Now let's see what the question is asking. So in the question, you can see that it is saying that find marked attendance, increment the attendance count, find the total number of class attended by a specific student. So we have, like, for a specific student, for Surat Lal, we find out that how many classes he attended. It attended 6 classes. Now the last thing is list student who have attendance below a certain threshold. Let's decide our threshold as 3. Okay, and not 3. Let's decide our threshold as 4. अभी define करते हैं कि those student who attended less than like 4. So our threshold is 4. Then how we can find all those students? So for that, I will write a loop, and now I will run a loop in this one. So you know that my keys is string. My keys is string. So that's why I'm writing string student, and I will write attendance dot key set. So when I'm writing key set, so in this case, what will happen? I will get the keys. Now I'm writing system.out.println. I will print all the student first. Student with their attendance. With their attendance. Now here I'll write attendance dot get student. Now if I execute this, let's see what will happen. So if I execute this, in this case, it will print all the student with their attendance like value. But I want to print all those students who have like have this less than threshold. So instead of this, what I'll do is I will directly write a if condition. If attendance dot get student is less than 4, then in that case, if student gets student who is less than 4, then only print the values. So here you can see that. So if I write clear, so what will happen? It will check that whether student has attendance less than 4. If it is true, let's see what it will execute. So you can see that Pentulal and Fortilal, both values are actually getting printed. So this is how I have actually done this. Okay. Now let's come to the next one. One second. ठीक है, ये भी सिमिलर क्वेश्चन है। ठीक है, सो गाइस दीज आर लाइक सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस। ओके, मतलब ये भी इन्वेंटरी मैनेजमेंट क्वेश्चन इज आल्सो वेरी सिमिलर, लाइक व्हेन यू वांट टू लिस्ट ऑल द स्टूडेंट हु हैव अटेंडेंस बिलो अ सर्टेन थ्रेशोल्ड, it is saying that display items that are low in stock between below a certain quantity. So this is like similar one where each item name is linked to the available quantity. So basically you can consider that like suppose apple, oranges or anything. Okay, in this one similarly parking lot, there is a car license number is mapped to parking slot number. Okay, so you will do you can do this question as a homework. Okay, so we'll give you. Now let's come to the next one. So what in this question we need to do is we need to find a frequency of a character in a string. Okay, we need to find a frequency of character in a string. So here I'm putting this thing. Now quickly solve this question, everyone. Frequency of character in a string. So determine the frequency of each character in a string. So basically what you need to do is, like suppose if I take an example of Masai. Now how many times M is coming? M is coming 1. A is coming how many times? It is coming 2 times. S is coming 1 time. And I is coming 1 time. So basically this is the thing which you need to print. यहाँ पे क्या? Yes, Abhishek.
Sir, the previous one, sir, line
Hmm.
number 25, sir, how you run the loop, sir?
अच्छा, अभी don't mute yourself. Okay. Here I'm running the loop. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
This will give, you know that here I'm using key set. Just previously, the previous student have explained this, like key using key set, what we can do, we will get the keys. Okay.
Mhm.
What is the type of key? What is the data type of key?
String.
String. So I need basically string variable only, string student. So attendance dot key set, it will first go to the first student. What is the first student? So there is no perfect order. So you can say that we'll randomly select Surat Lal. It will check that attendance dot get student. What is the student? Student is Surat Lal. It will check that attendance dot get Surat Lal. तो देखो इसकी अटेंडेंस कितनी है 5। क्या 5 4 से छोटा है?
No, sir.
नहीं है, तो उसको स्किप करो। नाउ इट विल गो टू द नेक्स्ट स्टूडेंट, नेक्स्ट की। सो द नेक्स्ट की धाम राजा, whether 8 is less than 4,
No,
because
sir.
instead of this student Dam Raja will come. So Dam Raja, it is less than 4, so that will be false. Now it will come to Furti Lal. Now the Furti Lal, the student value key value will come here. Furti Lal is Furti Lal less than 4? Furti Lal
True,
is
sir.
and true. So that's why these two students will get printed, because here I'm directly accessing using the key. I'm directly finding out the value. It is giving me the value, and I'm directly checking with the 4 threshold value. 4 I have randomly decided. Okay, I want
Okay,
all the students who have less than 4.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So that is the part. Okay, guys, quickly solve this question and then the next one. Quickly solve this one. Yes, Rajat.
सर जैसा हमने लिया था स्ट्रिंग बिल्डर में हम इनपुट ले सकते हैं एट द टाइम ऑफ क्रिएशन।
हम्म।
तो हैश मैप और एरे लिस्ट में भी ले सकते हैं क्या ऐसा?
हाँ, ले सकते हैं। आई थिंक इसका मैं एक बार सिंटेक्स आई जस्ट मैं देख लेता हूँ।
हम्म,
There is something known as list. Using as list, uh, we can define it. Okay, I'm just एक बार मैं देख लेता हूँ।
ओके सर।
ठीक है. So like एक क्वेश्चन था which so the answer of this question is, okay, I just find it out that in like suppose you want to initialize the value of array list at the time of declaration only. Okay, then what is the syntax for this is what you can do. You can write array list string array list one new array list, and in the bracket you can do this thing arrays dot as list, and then what you need to do is you need to put in the brackets whatever element you want to insert. Similarly, if you want to do it for hash maps, so in hash map, what you need to do is hash map string integer, whatever is this. Then in this bracket, you can put all these keys, whatever you want. ठीक है रजत?
या ओके सर. प्रॉब्लम 3 सर एक बार और देखना था.
Problem 3, you can
या
see.
एज लिस्ट. ओके सर.
Okay, so using this, what will happen? It will actually convert into, it will create the list, and this is for the hash map. ठीक है, so guys, now let's come to the next one, problem
थैंक यू
5.
सर.
Yeah. So the problem here was, if I come to this one, if I write star only, if I remove everything, now let's come to this question. Okay. So in this question, you can see this. What I'm doing is determine the frequency of each character in a given string. Iterate through the string for each character and update its frequency in a hash map. So basically, I want to find the frequency of each character. That means my key will be a character and my value will be an integer. Now, in this case, what I'll do is I will write hash map. First of all, I'll define the string. Okay. So we want to create the hash map from this one. Str, and now suppose the word is Masai only. Okay. Now, in this case, what we will do is, I'll just show you. So now if I have Masai, now what we'll do is, this is my hash map. Now in this hash map, what I will do is, I will first pick the M. Now I'll write here M because M is not present in the hash map. I'll put it 1. Now I'll pick A. A is 1. S I'll pick. S is 1. A I'll pick. A is already there. So A I'll increment it. Now I'll pick I. So this is how I'll update something in the hash. Okay. But what the question is saying that frequency of character in a string. So I want the frequency of character in a string. So this is my string. Okay. Now with that, I'll also create a hash map. Hash map having a character as a key and integer as a value. Okay. And now here, what I will do is I will give it a name as frequency equals to new hash map. So here you can see that like I've defined the hash map. Now what I need to do is I need to, when I want to put this thing, so what I need to do is I need to run a loop. Okay, I need to run a loop in this Masai. And I'll each by each, at every step, I will pick this M and I will check that whether that exists in the hash map or not. So if I want to write a loop in the string, so I will use a traditional loop. Okay, int I equal to 0, I less than str dot length, because here I'm running the loop in the str dot length, I plus plus. Now, if I want to print the characters, then what I will do is, if I want to print the string, then let's see what I will do. System dot out dot print ln. That will be str of I. So if I run it, and I'll write here problem 5 Java problem file dot java. मैंने गलत लिख दिया ना, str डायरेक्ट नहीं लिखते हैं सर, str dot char at. Okay, if I want to print any str string, then I need to write char at. Okay, I need to write char at function, because then only I can access the any string. So you can see that MASAI, everything is actually coming here, MASI. So let's do one thing. I'll create a character here, char ch. In this ch, I will put str.char at I, char at I. Now what will happen? First, it will pick the M. Okay, first it will take the M. M will come. Now I need to check that whether this M is actually present inside this thing or not. Okay, I will write this thing. If my frequency dot contains key, what key? I'm checking that whether it is containing ch or not. So if it is containing this ch, then in that case, abhi ke liye, I am just leaving this space as blank. Now the next thing which I will do is I will write else. So you can see this, what I'm doing here is, like here I'm checking that whether this frequency is containing this thing or not. So if I say Masai, so abhi now you can see this is my hash map. Okay. Now what I'll do is, this is my M. This is my M. Now I will check, I will first pick this M. I will check that whether it is in hash map. If it is not present in my hash map, so you know that like if it is present in my hash map, that in that case, I don't know what I need to do. But if it is not present, then in that case, what I need to do is I need to insert this thing into my hash map. So how will I do it? Frequency dot put what? I will put the ch character with the value 1. Okay, with the value 1. So at this point, what I'm doing is whenever the character is coming, so here it will put M value as 1. Is it fine? Getting it? Getting this point? Now, अब इससे क्या होगा? Like at the end, suppose if I try to print my code, system.out.println. This code I have already discussed, I think yesterday, but कोई नहीं. Let's discuss it again. So here, if I write clear, now if I execute it, now what will happen? You know that like at each point, my the char is C, small one. This is a primitive one. No? This is primitive one. So you can see that what is happening here, my like my output is coming like M is 1, A is 1, F is 1, because what I'm doing is, in this case, what is happening, I have written a code when M is not present in this one. So here I'm writing M is 1. When A is coming, then I'm writing A is 1. When S is coming, then I'm writing S is 1. But when A is again coming, which is already present in this hash map, then in that case, I haven't written any code. You can see that I haven't written any code here. ठीक है, मैंने कोई code नहीं लिखा है. So if I haven't written any code here, then it will ignore it. Now here if I'm writing I, so I will 1. So that's why your output is coming 1. But now instead of this, what I can do is, I can directly write frequency. If that character is already present inside this one, then I will write frequency dot put ch, comma, and then what I need to do is like if I want to update here, so I told you already, like if you want to do direct updation, then how will you do it? Attendance dot get the key and +1. So the same thing I will use here, like this one, similarly in this one. So I will write frequency dot get ch +1. So here I will write Java problem 5. A2, S1, I1. So basically I'm getting all the counts. Everyone getting this? Everyone समझ में आ रहा है? Now I want to extend this question. Okay, so I want to extend this question. Now, who will help me? Basically, what I'll do is I'll extend this question, and I want one of you to uh, to solve that question with me. ठीक है. Arijit, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. So you understood this thing?
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay. Now what I want is, now the next problem is, the problem is same. Okay. मतलब ज़्यादा change नहीं है. The question is something like this. What we need to do is, you know that like Masai. Okay.
Yes,
And
sir.
in this Masai, there are few characters which are actually, though there are characters which are appearing only once.
Okay.
Okay. So what are those characters? S, I, and M.
SIM.
So basically, I need to print only those characters which are repeating only once, appear once. So that is the name of the problem. I think in your that question is also present in your OJ as a level 2 problem. That problem name is appear once, but that appear once is different. Wala appear once different hai. But abhi
Yes, sir.
right now just focus on this one. Here what I want is, I want only those characters which are appearing one. So S is one, I is one, and M is one, right?
Right, sir.
So now what I'll do is I'll extend with this problem. So
Yes, sir.
right now I already have the frequency map. Now tell me what I can do to solve this thing.
If statement.
Right, for
For नहीं, if होगा ना सर पहले तो.
सॉरी क्या बोला आपने?
If होगा ना सर.
If,
हाँ.
फिर if में क्या लिखेंगे?
If में सर if values sorry, frequency dot values
हम्म
1, then uh, frequency dot get ch.
हम्म,
values सर ये है ना सर आपका ये मेथड है ना सर, फंक्शन है ना एक values.
देखो देखो बेसिकली क्या है? At this point, if I print my frequency array, I will get this output.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. Now, if I want to print only those characters which are presenting coming once, then I need to run a loop in this frequency map.
Oh, okay, right, sir. We need
ठीक है. So basically, I will run a frequency loop. So here, in my frequency, what is the thing? What is this thing is actually containing? It is a character.
character, sir.
So I will write char and c colon. I will run my loop in my frequency dot key set. ठीक है. Now, when this loop will run, so automatically what will happen? It will first pick A, then S, then I, then M. Okay.
Correct, sir.
If I just directly print system.out.println, let's see what it will get printed. Now you can see that. अच्छा, ये problem 6 है, sorry. Now ASIM, it is actually printing all the characters ASIM.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. Now, but I don't want to print everything. I only want to print those characters which are coming once.
Once, okay, sir.
So what I will do is I will write here. I need to first get the values here. So basically,
Yes,
what
sir.
I'll do, I will write frequency dot get C. If it is equal to 1, then in that case, I want to print the. So basically, what will happen here? देखो इससे होगा क्या? It will check the value of the C. If that value of c is basically means like the character. If it is 2, if it is equal to 1, 9. If it is equal to 1, yes.
Yes,
So
sir.
in that case, just print that character. Getting it? SIM.
सर वन डाउट इज सर एक
Mhm.
डाउट है
Mhm.
सर सॉरी सॉरी
Mhm.
सर ये वन जो आपने लिया इक्वल्स टू वन ये तो एक वैल्यू है
Mhm.
तो सर हम वैल्यू को बिना किसी मेथड के सेट कर सकते हैं वैसे
नहीं, ये सेट नहीं कर रहे हैं हम, ये हम चेक कर रहे हैं क्यों डबल
हाँ,
इक्वल टू है ना।
तो जी बिल्कुल सर वो चेक करने के लिए मतलब अगर मैं मान लीजिए कि सर वो बैक टू दैट आपका सर वो जो फैंटेसी बुक वाला और ये वाला इस पे था अगर मैं इस पे इक्वल्स टू वो जॉनरा दे देता तो वो भी वही प्रिंट करके देता जो उस जॉनरा में था।
नहीं 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 नहीं, देखो देखो, अभी यहाँ पे आपको एक चीज समझनी इंपॉर्टेंट है। लाइक पहले आई क्रिएट द मैप, लाइक हाउ द मैप इज एक्चुअली लुकिंग। ओके, आई इक्वल टू 1, m इक्वल टू 1, गेटिंग इट?
ओके सर।
नाउ यू कैन सी दैट सी लूप इज रनिंग.
जी सर।
So when C loop is running, C loop is only running in the keys.
प्लीज राइट सर।
So C is containing A first.
यस सर।
Now it will check that C. What is the value of C right now? A.
ए
So it will check that what is the value at like this A character.
टू
It will give me the value ना.
राइट
यहाँ से मुझे I'll get 2. तो 2 is equal to 1.
राइट सर।
नहीं, 2 is equal to 1.
नो नो टू इज नॉट इक्वल टू वन।
So that will be false. So it will not get printed. Now, C is right now pointing to S. So it will check that, get this value. So using frequency dot get S, what is the value of S?
वन
1.
दैट इज ट्रू।
So it will print, मतलब ये order follow नहीं करता है. You can see that S is getting printed. Now,
ओके सर।
C is pointing to I. So what is the value of I?
वन
So 1 is equal to 1.
राइट सर।
Basically, it is comparing with the value only. ये इनसे compare कर रहा है क्योंकि I
सर
जो
वैसे वैल्यूज का मतलब अगर ये इंटीजर्स नहीं देके अगर मैं वैल्यू चेक कर रहा हूँ किसी कैरेक्टर या फिर किसी
हाँ
स्ट्रिंग
हाँ
का
हाँ 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 हाँ.
तब वो कैसे चेक करूंगा सर।
Okay. If we want to compare with a string, suppose, then in that case, what you need to do is, आप equal to लगा रहे हो,
राइट सर।
then you also need to tell me like which string you want to check. Suppose you want to check for Harry Potter,
राइट सर।
you just need to write this.
ओके सर मतलब इस चीज में हम चेक कर सकते हैं कोई भी अपना ये स्ट्रिंग्स या फिर कैरेक्टर या फिर इंटीजर्स दे के चेक किया जा सकता है।
राइट, बट इसमें एक बात ध्यान रखना, हम इक्वल टू इज नॉट अ गुड थिंग टू यूज. उसके लिए इफ यू वांट, यहाँ पे तो चलो कैरेक्टर है, ओके, बट वेन एवर यू आर कंपेयरिंग स्ट्रिंग ना, वेन एवर यू हैव टू स्ट्रिंग्स, सपोज वेन एवर यू हैव टू स्ट्रिंग्स, तो अभी तो यहाँ पे ये कैरेक्टर मिल रहा है, कैरेक्टर को तो आप डबल इक्वल टू से कर सकते हो चेक, इवन इंटीजर वैल्यू भी. बट वेन एवर यू हैव स्ट्रिंग, सो यूज इक्वल्स. वी हैव
राइट।
समथिंग equals function, and then you can write.
ओके सर गेट इट।
Okay, so this is important ki whenever you are checking with string, so guys, you can also use double equal to, but double equal to is not a right thing for string only. So here what I've done is I've written this.
सर वन मोर थिंग सर जिस जो जो आपने आज प्रॉब्लम हमें दिखाया है वो सर नोट्स में मिलेगा।
वो आज वाले जो आज के नोट्स में रिलीज करूंगा उस पे you will get it, and
ओके
I'll
सर।
also share the reference link, so like don't worry about
ओके सर सॉरी।
it. Okay, so 1 second. ठीक है, so guys, let's do one thing. I'm coming to this question. So I'm taking this question, appear once. Okay. So this is the same question. You can see this, like what it is saying, like there is given an array and you need to find the basically the sum of those elements which are appearing once. So 8 is appearing once and 6 is appearing one. And then we need to find the sum of 8 plus 6. Getting it? Now, here in this question, what I need to do is, first, I will write, basically, if I want to write the code, then you know that like we have an array. इस वाले केस में, like the last question which I have solved, in this case, it was containing a string. But now instead of this, in this code, we have something known as array. So what I'll do is I will write for int I equal to 0, I less than array dot length.
So I'm muting myself. Okay. Is that okay, sir?
That's fine. I equal to 0, I less than array dot length. Now you can see that like I got my array. Now if I want to, what I'll do is I will take a variable x and is I will put my array y value. Okay. So now first value will be 3, second value will be 5. Each value will come one by one here. So x will contain first 3, then 5. अब इसमें मैं क्या करता हूँ, एक हैश मैप ऐसे ही बना देता हूँ. Okay. The same thing I'm copying here. But remember here, the key and value are both will be integer. Key and value both will be integer. Okay. And this is my frequency. Now here, if I'm getting my x, like if I'm getting my frequency here, then what I will do is I will, whenever anything will come. So basically what I will do is I will write the same code. ये वाला जो code था ना, like if frequency dot contain ch. Okay, so here I'll write the same thing. If frequency dot contains key, which key? Basically x. If it is containing this key x, then in that case, okay, then in that case I don't know. But if it is not containing, then in that case I will put the x value with the 1, because if it is coming to else, that means that number is coming first time. But if that number already comes, if that number has already come, then in that case, I need to increment that value, the frequency dot get, and I will write x plus 1. So it is the same code which I have written here. But the only difference is here I have written for character and here I'm writing for the basically this string. Now, after doing this thing, what I need to do is now my frequency character is ready. My frequency thing is ready. So after doing this thing, what will happen? This kind of hash map will get created. इस तरह का hash map will get created, where 3 is coming 3 times. 8 is coming 1 time. 6 is coming 1 time. 5 is coming 2 times. Now I need to run a loop in this one. And when I will run this loop, then I only want to pick only those characters, which is only pick those integer who's having value 1. So the same logic which I have applied here. So the same logic. But इसमें मैं क्या करूँगा? इसमें how will I write it? I will write here in this way. For, and इसमें मैं क्या करूँगा? So basically here what I will do is I will write int, and int will be y, and y will be running on frequency. So dot key set. If I'm running this, now what I will do is I will check if frequency dot get of y is equal to 1. If it is equal to 1, then in that case, what I will do is I will print ln. I will print the y value. So let's see what output will come. So basically here I'm checking that if your frequency is 1, in this one, you can see that like this is the thing. If in this one, if your frequency 1, just print the value. So let's see the output. अगर मैं इसको run करता हूँ, let's see what will come. It is giving me this thing. यहाँ पे मैंने ब्रैकेट बंद नहीं किया है. यहाँ पे if frequency dot contains bracket is expected, I miss some bracket here. मैंने यहाँ पे bracket नहीं लगाया है. यहाँ पे I didn't put the bracket. So now you can see that what it is doing, it is actually giving me the whole, it is giving me the whole array. Okay, so this is my array and it is actually printing it twice. अच्छा वो why it is printing twice? वो I think compiler is also doing it, is it? One second. I just want to check whether it is my output or not. At each point, it is printing two values. Why it is printing two values? एक बार मैं ऐसा करता हूँ कि instead of writing this, I'll write the frequency one also. अरे यार, sorry. Actually ना, I'm writing everything inside this loop. मैंने इस loop को बंद ही नहीं किया. My bad. So guys, actually that's why I confused कि why this is running multiple times. Okay. Now if I run it, let's see what will happen. ये closing है, 1 second. This is the closing of this one. This is the closing of this one. And this is the extra bracket. So now you can see that like all the frequencies getting printed because I'm printing here. Now for now, if I remove this, so that was error क्योंकि वो मैंने best bracket put कर दिया. तो guys इसमें थोड़ा सा ध्यान रखना how you are actually putting the brackets. Because in Replit, whenever you open a bracket, जब भी आप bracket open करते हो इसमें, so automatically closing bracket will get open with that. But in OJ, it doesn't happen. So that's why like the error can happen. It is possible that error might come. But now you can see that there are two values. It is giving me 6 and 8. 6 and 8 is coming once. But I want the sum of those values. If I want the sum of those values, then in that case, I will write int sum equal to 0. And instead of doing this thing, system.out.println, I will write sum equal to sum plus y. Okay. And now at the end, I'll just print the. So I'm printing sum. Now you can see that the output is coming 14. So this is right. And guys, remember one more thing. If suppose if I submit this code, let's see what will happen. It will show me accepted. Okay. But if what happened कि suppose अगर आपने ऐसा कुछ print कर दिया, suppose if you print a space, extra space in your output. Now I'll run the code. Let's see what will happen. Now you can see that the output is 14 still. Okay, but there is a space also. And now suppose if you try to submit this question, in this case, it will give you wrong answer. Why? Because remember one thing, there should not be any extra space or anything. The output should exactly match with this one. And here, if you are adding extra space, then in that case, it will give you an. So if I submit it, then you can see that like this is how it get executed in this one. Okay. So guys, that's all for today. We have seen a lot of question on key value pairs. I hope this will help you. And in today's Mirza session also, Mirza will take few questions and around the same key value pairs. एंड ठीक है, आई होप यू अंडरस्टूड दिस। समझ में आया कि नहीं आया? फीलिंग लिटिल बिट कॉन्फिडेंट, लाइक about 2-3%? Okay, 20% is a lot if your feel safe. Okay, so this will help you in solving a lot of questions. And yeah, ठीक है guys, keep revising things, make notes. That's all. Thank you everyone. Bye.